Welcome. Welcome. This is my presentation, Mio Ramirez, for CIT 230 on image sliders. First, what is an image slider? Well, these are also known as image carousels or slideshows, and they can be a convenient way to display multiple images, videos, or graphics on your website. Compelling images can draw new visitors into your site, capturing their attention immediately. There are quite a few different ways to create slideshows, and I'm just going to show you a few of them. One of them is the slider with light box, which you can use when you don't have enough space on your website to create a large slider, but you still want your visitors to see the images, the large images that you have. And that's when we use the light box. The visitor can actually click on the image and they can view the larger size. So if they click on that one, they can just view, as shown here, the larger image. Another way is to use the image carousel. The carousel sliders are responsive and they look great on any image, on any device. You can even make them full width to fill the entire browser. And on a smaller device, a carousel shows less images without changing their size. And if you click on them, you can see the different views where they are at on the pictures number 1, 2, or 3, etc. And there's also something called lazy loading, and it's one of the most useful settings for an image slider when you add several images. That slows down the page because you don't want your viewers to be waiting for your page to load. That's how you lose a lot of commerce. So there's a lazy loading to speed up the page by downloading only a few images upon visit. And I'm not going to explain much about this because Capiz has done a presentation on the subject. So you can take a look at that for more information. Another way to create images or sliders is using a thumbnail. A thumbnail is a great way to do your navigation. They make it easy for visitors to look through the available photos without having to check the images one by one because they can see at the bottom. You can customize the thumbnails to match your layouts, your site's layout, but by default, the slide background image is used at the thumbnail. But you can upload a custom image, or you can leave it to the slider to create them automatically for the background photos, and they can do that for you. I have here one that I've created using my Visual Code and with the help of W3 Schools. So the thumbnail pictures are at the bottom, and you can scroll down or scroll one by one, or you can choose whichever picture you want down at the bottom with the thumbnail. One of my favorite ones that I found was the image comparison slider, and I've seen this on W3 Schools, where you choose an image and is pretty much in halfway, so you can see either or picture. So you can slide one and see one picture, or slide the other one and see the other picture. And I've done that as well over here, where you can choose between the images of the pictures on the one to see the whole, or on the other one to compare the two. I thought that was a pretty cool thing. And there's a few popular WordPress image slider plugins that are on the market, and one of them is NextGen Gallery. It's the most popular WordPress image gallery and slider plugin on the market. They each have their own, of course, marketing And there is a free download for this one, and they also have selected extensions that you can use depending on what you need for your site, and it can go from $79 to $139. Another one is the Meta Slider. It helps you to create slideshows pretty easy, and it just takes a few minutes to create your slideshow. You can drag and drop images from your media library, and then create captions and links and complete your SEO fields all in one place. Meta Slider is a popular image slider, just like the one that we saw before, the Next Gen Gallery. And the Meta Slider has also the Pro version, which goes from $39 to $149, so they differ in price quite a bit. I just wanted to give you a word of caution. Before you install or activate any image sliders, it's good to consider whether you need it or not. So to install or not to install a slider. So don't start designing or building before you consider how a feature is likely to impact user experience, SEO, conversion, and loading time. There are a few features that I suggest, or that was suggested actually on the website, to keep an eye for. So the first one, just make sure that the image slider you choose has top-notch usability. The other thing is just make sure that the slider that you select is responsive, because not a lot of them are, depending on the browser that you use. And also make sure that you have the ability to change the settings of your image slider, including speed, the look, and the feel of it. And finally, just make sure your image slider isn't too big. It shouldn't occupy the entire area above the fold. There should be always some written content at the top of your web page somewhere. The sources that I've used is Imagely.com, MatchLab, SitePoint, and the one that I used the most for all the information was Smart Slider 3, as well as W3 Schools for some coding. And I've created a CodePen, which I'm going to show you for the slideshows and also automatic slides, which is right here. The automatic slideshows, as you can see, it just changes automatically. And you can change the speed of it in the JavaScript. And they all need to have their HTML, CSS, and JavaScript for it to work properly. So in the JavaScript, you can change the speed. It's pretty much per second. So if you put 1,000, it will be like changing it every second. Or if you want to change it every 4 seconds, just to take a little bit more time to view the image. There's also just a regular slider, which you would change manually. So you just click on the image and change it. And you can use text right here, down here, caption. And this has been my presentation. I will post this for you so you can take a look at the CodePen. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.